Hello and welcome to another video on this channel. I'm here to share with you a couple of things that I have observed diversity visa entrants doing in the hope of increasing their chances of being selected in the diversity visa lottery. But in reality, those things end up leading to their disqualification. So I'm here also to discourage you against engaging in any of those things. So let's go straight into the first thing. The first thing concerns choosing a wrong country of chargeability. Now, one of the questions on the diversity visa form involves you choosing a country of chargeability. Generally, your country of chargeability is your country or the country where you were born, although there are some exceptions to that. But there are applicants who intentionally choose a wrong country of chargeability in the hope that they will get selected in the diversity visa lottery. And sometimes they get selected. And the reason why they happen to get selected is because during the selection process, as we have noted on a number of occasions, the computer system is not able to identify a wrong country of chargeability at that stage. But the issue is actually at your diversity visa interview. Remember that you have to provide documents including your birth certificate and your passport. In case the documents that you present do not correspond or do not confirm the country of chargeability that you chose at the beginning when you were entering the diversity visa lottery, I can guarantee you that you will be disqualified, you will be denied your diversity visa at your diversity visa interview. This is a new trend that is being observed in a number of countries. It is true that it is not yet widespread, but from the SEAC data, you can see, for example, a number of embassies where applicants chose a wrong country of chargeability, and the result was that all of them were denied their visas at their interviews. So, in case you have heard that choosing another country of chargeability could increase your chances, it is true that you could be selected, but I advise you against doing that because at the end of the day, it is sure that you will be disqualified at your diversity visa interview. That's the first thing I advise you against as you plan to enter the upcoming diversity visa lottery. The next thing concerns marital status. Now, there are those who think that one marital status is favored over another in the diversity visa program. So I've heard people who think that in order for you to be selected in the diversity visa lottery, you have to be single. And then there are others who believe that the marital status is considered or preferred over the unmarried status. Now, let me tell you that all of that is not true. All right? You could be married and be selected in the diversity visa lottery. You could also be single and be selected in the diversity visa lottery. I've said this on a number of occasions. I have submitted entries to the diversity visa lottery for the last 10 years, and I can tell you that I've had about the same number of persons, single persons selected as married or families selected. No marital status is favored or considered higher than the other when it comes to selection in the diversity visa program. So in case you were planning to choose the wrong marital status in the upcoming diversity visa lottery, I advise you against doing so. Like in the case of the country of chargeability, you will not be disqualified during the selection process because the computer system cannot identify whether you are truly married or not. But at your diversity visa interview, that's where the problem comes in. There are two issues to consider concerning the marital status. at your diversity visa interview. The first thing is that background checks are conducted concerning your marital status. So in case you are married and you enter single or vice versa, it could be determined that that information is not right, and that will lead to your disqualification. The second thing is what we refer to as proof of a prior existing relationship. Before you get married to someone, there has to be some relationship. Perhaps exchange of communications, emails, letters. Perhaps you guys took photos together. All of that could be requested at your diversity visa interview. So if it is seen at a diversity visa interview that there is no proof of a prior existing relationship before you were selected in the diversity visa lottery, that could also lead to your disqualification. So like in the case of the country of chargeability, when it comes to your marital status, choose your marital status just as you are. In case you are not married, you enter as being unmarried. In case you are married, enter with your spouse. In that way, in case you get selected in the diversity visa lottery, you will not be disqualified at your diversity visa interview. And then the third thing has to do with your photograph. And this goes especially to those who may have been selected in the diversity visa lottery sometime in the past, but who for one reason or another were not fortunate to be issued a diversity visa. Some have the tendency of saying to themselves that because it was the photograph that they used in a past year that allowed them to be selected in the diversity visa lottery, so there's a guarantee that that photograph was a good one, so they are going to use that photograph once again. This is something I must advise you against, because in this case, it is during the selection process that your entry will be disqualified. That's an error or an act that the computer system could identify or easily detect during the selection process, knowing the level of technological advancement that we have achieved in our world. So that is something that I advise you against in case you were thinking in that direction. Now, concerning the photograph, that leads me to inform you concerning my diversity visa photo services. Just in case you are not in the position to take a diversity visa photograph that is perfect to be submitted in your diversity visa entry, or perhaps you find the issue of a diversity visa photo to be overwhelming, then the best option is to make use of my diversity visa photo services. Now, I cannot give you all of the details regarding my photo services in this video, but what I'm going to do is to leave the link to my guidance platform just below this video in case you are in need of any service relating to your diversity visa photograph or any other aspect of the upcoming diversity visa lottery. Then click on the blue link that you find just below this video. It's going to take you to my guidance platform, and once on the platform, enter your details in the form that pertains to the upcoming DV 2026 lottery, and by that means you will get all of the details regarding my diversity visa lottery services. So that is it. Once again, take heed to the pieces of advice that I just shared with you in this video, which brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching it. See you, God willing, in the next one. Goodbye.